Play clock at 5. Pass is in.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen. Do it, scream from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power.
That might send the Yankees to the World Series.
Welcome back to Rivalry Sports. Today we'll be talking about the Celtics, Cavs, and Pacers next series. So in Game 2, the Celtics lost 118-94 as Donovan Mitchell was absolutely incredible. Celtics, without KP, have absolutely no answers for Evan Mobley. It was very disappointing to watch as a Celtics fan. Tatum just did not look like he really wanted to drive to the hoop. I mean, he has George Niang on him and Isaac Okoro, both of whom are like really not that great defenders. I really don't understand why we do this every game too. We just come out and look flat.
Yeah. I mean, Mobley, even if you had Porzingis, he'd be guarding Mobley. So, like, that would help a lot because Al Horford can't really guard anyone that has any offensive game. But, like, they're missing Jared Allen too. So that would be, if they had Jared Allen, you guys had Porzingis, I feel like it would be a lot more fun with those big guys. You guys, like, your defense on Mitchell, it was just, I don't know if you have, like, a guy that could really guard him. I mean, Holiday and White are both really good defenders, but, like, neither of them really looked like they were able to guard him in Game 2.
Yeah, the problem was when we switched on, it wasn't really Holiday and White's fault. It was more of when they switched on to Horford, it was just absolutely terrible watching Al Horford, who might as well be 70 at this point, trying to stick with Mitchell. It really wasn't that great. So then in Game 4, the Celtics won 109-102. And, you know, I heard a lot of bad things about Jason Tatum. He definitely shut the haters up. He had about 33 points and like 15 rebounds. He was cleaning the glass. It was a fantastic game from Tatum, Brown, and Drew Holiday.
Yeah, so you guys lose a game, series ties at 1. You go back and your superstars just take over. I mean, your three guys that are the lead the team, best three players, just take over and just win a game. So, I mean, that's what it takes. It's what you guys lose a game, you need to they make sure you just get the next one.
Yeah. So in Game 5, the Celtics closed the series out 98-113. Al Horford, he was killing us all series. He was really the reason we lost Game 2. But he definitely redeemed himself last night with 22 points and 15 rebounds. I don't know where that came from. That was probably the last start of his career, if we're being honest. But just an incredible job from Al, all-around team effort. Obviously, without Mitchell, it was obvious like, okay, we should take care of business, but it was nice to see that we actually did.
Yeah, Mitchell was out. Jared Allen was out for the whole series. Darius Garland played, but, like, not well. And Caris LeVert, who scored a lot of their points in Game 4, was out. So they really had Garland, who was like their only real scorer, and he didn't score that much. So they didn't really hit a shot. As you're saying, Al Horford, this might be his last start. I don't really know like how he was ever starting in the first place. Like, there's no way you don't have someone better than him at this point.
Well, Luke Cornett, he was really like brought in on a minimum. He's pretty good. He was obviously on the Knicks a while back. He was a stretch big, but then we really just turned him into like a lob threat. He really doesn't do much other than clean the glass pretty well, but he can't defend Mobley either. So that's why he was giving us all those problems early in the series.
Yeah. So obviously Tatum has another good game. All the playoffs, so he's been up and down. I mean, the two games that you guys have lost in the playoffs, it wasn't his fault. But he had like an off game. So like it's at the playoffs. Like if you play one of those teams from the West, like, they could take advantage of that. You guys have one bad game, and then the series is tied at 1. They could get momentum.
Yeah.
And so far, you played Cleveland, who was injured and isn't that good to begin with, and you played Miami in the first round, who was also injured and not that good to begin with. So you could get away with a bad game. But if you do that against a better team, it might not happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. If we go against, like, Indiana, that'll be, like, really, you know, we can't have a bad game against a good offense like Indiana. TJ McConnell, he's obviously going to really defend Tatum and Brown. He's not a really strong or tall defender. He just really just has the grit. in him, and it's just really a really fun thing to watch.
Yeah, hopefully you guys won't have to worry about playing Indiana. You
Yeah.
shouldn't.
Well, we'll now be taking a short break. When we come back, we'll be talking about the Knicks and Pacers series.
Welcome back to Rivalry Sports. Now we'll be talking about the Knicks-Pacers series. And in Game 2, the Knicks won 130-121. Brunson, another great game. He went out in the middle. He missed like most of the second quarter. He hurt his foot. And it scared a lot of people, including me, that you never know with injuries. But he came back after halftime, walked out, and just continued playing well like he usually does. And Knicks won it. OG Anunoby, though, on the other hand, he had a scary injury. Going on a fast break, it just grabbed at his hamstring and went down, and he missed the rest of the game and has not played since then. And this Knicks team is going to need OG Anunoby if they want to maybe even beat Indiana. I think they could handle Indiana without him, but if they want to go any farther than that, they're going to need Anunoby to be playing.
Yeah.
He makes a whole difference on their team. You see, like, with him, the whole team just seems to work better. It's been like that since they got him. They just don't work without him.
Well, the problem really is that with Anunoby out, you have to start Precious Achiuwa, and that just really that's what they did in Game 4. But with Precious Achiuwa and Hartenstein starting, there's really just no offense on the floor from the big position. You really just have to run 3 out and pray that DiVincenzo and Brunson can knock down their shots. Is really not great spacing. But as you said, a really nice win for the Knicks. I was a little scared too when Brunson had that foot injury. That was really not looking great when I thought it was his knee at first, but then they say it was his foot. It was that's not really good. But a good win for the Knicks nonetheless.
Yeah, so you go up 2-0 now in the Garden. Now you're heading over to Indiana. And Game 3 was back and forth most of the way. The Knicks had a pretty big lead in the fourth quarter. Went up by 10, but then Indiana cut it back. Andrew Nembhard hit the shot of his career. I mean, I think he's hit 1-3 a game at most. He's just not a good player, and he hits a step back from halfway between the 3-point line and half court. And yeah, they beat the Knicks, make the series go to 2-1, and I don't know. There's not much you could really do about that. I mean, you don't expect Andrew Nembhard to hit that shot, and he probably never will hit that shot again. So it's just not what you expect from him.
Yeah, I mean, Nembhard, he's a okay player. He's tried to guard Brunson in the series. He's failed miserably. But he's a better shooter than T.J. McConnell, so that's why they really put him out there. As you see, he's a pretty all right shooter. But the Knicks win this game with OG, no question. They were just hanging around. Obviously getting all those offensive rebounds. That's really the Knicks' trademark to this team. Just offensive rebounds, keep driving, keep kicking it out. Hartenstein, really. But a good win by Indiana. Halliburton played a lot better. Just a really nice win for Indiana.
Yeah, and then moving on to Game 4, the Knicks led it 2-1. Game 4, Indiana came out, and right away they took control. They were up 10 within 2 minutes, it felt like. And the whole time I was thinking, the Knicks will come back. They'll at least make this a close game. And it just never happened. I mean, the entire postseason, the Knicks have not had a blowout and have not really been blown out by a team. And, yeah, Indiana just came out and destroyed them in this game. I mean, they didn't miss. They shot 50% from 3. Knicks also shot 30% from 3. It's 121 to 89. And Knicks showed no energy and got their players up at halftime again without OG Anunoby. And Precious Achiuwa had another start, and he hasn't looked great. It's just they don't have enough offense, I feel like, with the two big guys with Hartenstein and Achiuwa, and then Hart, who could score but isn't a scorer. He's going to get points when he's not, the defense doesn't worry about him. But if he's your second or third scorer on the court, if defenses are keying in on him, he's going to have trouble scoring too, and then it's just all on Jalen Brunson. And that's how the Knicks ended up losing this one by a lot.
Yeah, they really came out flat in this game. I mean, there was really just nothing good to come out of it other than that the starters did not play all 48 for the Knicks. But the thing I really want to focus on is how they defended Brunson in this game. They put a lot of Aaron Nesmith on him, which was really a good adjustment by Rick Carlisle, putting a bigger body on him. Obviously, he's not going to be as quick as Nembhard, But I think with Brunson's foot, he's obviously not going to be as fast and as explosive. Brunson's whole game is just like getting you on like bad angles, and then Brunson can shoot over you. But just a really good adjustment from Rick Carlisle. And obviously, as you said, they hit about every shot they could have hit.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's more Brunson than Neesmith. Like, Neesmith isn't known as a great defender. You could just see Brunson's a little hurt. And I don't know, if Brunson gets healthy, he could. There's no one in the league that's really going to shut him down like that. So then we go back to the Garden, tied at 2-2. And the Knicks take Game 5, 121-91. Jalen Brunson, a great game. I mean, he 40s again. Like most 40-point games now postseason runs since LeBron James back in 2018. And the Knicks just blow them out. Still felt like the whole game Indiana would come back because it never feels like the Knicks blowing anyone out. But Alec Burks played a good game. They started Deuce McBride over Achua to give him more offense at the start. McBride guarded Halliburton pretty well. Halliburton only had like 12 points. And, yeah, the Knicks just came out and blew them out. And now you're up 3-2 in the series.
Yeah, you look at the contrast between like Game 4 and Game 5. I mean, nobody was expecting this. We were all expecting a close game like it normally is at MSG. But a great adjustment. I know we just talked about a great adjustment by Rick Carlisle. But now Tom Thibodeau putting Deuce McBride in the starting lineup really just ignited the offense. Having another, I don't want to say shot creator because he's not really a shot creator, but a good shot maker really just helps the team so much. Having McBride out there, he competes on defense. He's like McConnell, 6'1", not really going to contest very well, but he definitely keeps you in front of him. And another really just bad, overconfident game from the Pacers. Obviously, Halliburton, he celebrates when he's up. He does not celebrate when he's down.
Yeah, you see that Halliburton celebrating that whole Game 4. Knicks didn't really do any of that in Game 5. Just won the game, took care of business. Now, up 3-2, go back to Indiana, take Game 6. That's all you have to do. Just go win one more game. You got 2 games, you got to win one of them.
Yeah, I think it's really just like so important that they take care of business tonight. Obviously, the whole team is really just hurting right now. A lot of guys injured. Robinson, Bogdanovich, Randall's obviously been out. But they just really need a break. They just obviously need to close it out tonight.
Yep.
So that's all we have for this week. See you next week on Rivalry Sports.